some basic creativity in bebop. The last cover I did, I put a short on, was rhythming with featuring Roy Haynes with Monk, and some hard bopping going on there. And I'll eventually upload the full cover of that. But if you listen to it, it's from Monk in Action, and Roy Haynes is really the epitome of hard bop, bebop comping. So today I'm going to just get really quickly into a method where you could start practicing some fundamentals that would enable you to then start creating some of those beats that you want. Tips to begin with though. Number one way to learn all music as a drummer, and I think in a lot of instruments, is to listen to the music, try to imitate the sounds on your set. I mean, at one point in time, before there were a lot of lessons and everything, that's what you did. You didn't even have the sheets. Then 3 books that I would recommend. Jim Chapin's classic, Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer, I think is what it is. Mine is so old that, yeah, Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer. Mine's $3.50. I don't know. It's a long time ago. And I would recommend that one. Work through it. A lot of the phrases he has in there are actually extracted from bebop melodies. The other one is Progressive Steps to Syncopation for the Modern Drummer, Ted Reed. It's a famous book also, and he was writing these exercises out for his students that were coming in, these drummers, also in the late 40s, these books are published. And he just got taught, he wrote out so many of them, he said, I ought to turn this into a book. I mean, that's the origin of that book that's famous. And then John Riley's The Art of Bop Drumming. That book is a little more comprehensive. You should get familiarized with all those books and work segments of them. It's better if you're working with a teacher, because then you get the feedback, but if you didn't do that, at least do it on your own. But listen to the music. Listen to Confirmation by Charlie Parker, Billy's Bounce. Listen to Rhythming by Monk. But today, let's work a quick system as to another way to practice this, really get some basics. So what I'm going to show you would be the ingredients that go into a lot of these beats, not the per se beats, okay? So let's start off with a nice even tempo. I'm at about 100 here, but you can do this slower. So basic time on the jazz ride cymbal beat, feathering the bass drum, 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. Okay, so with the snare drum, quarter notes, an accent, the 4th beat. 1, 2, 3. And then move it down to the 3rd beat. Okay? So we're moving the accent backwards. A lot of times in bebop, the bebop was towards the end of the measure, but not always. So like that. So you're playing, in this particular segment, we're just going to stick to a standard ride pattern, not the variations. We've done other segments on that, and that all happens post-bop, cool jazz, modern jazz. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What else? The basic left left-handed shuffle beat is just handy to work on as an exercise. And move the accent backwards through the measure. If you want to practice this, moving the accent forward, it's fine. It's just a lot of times in these songs, the accents appear later in the measure, but as I said, not always. Okay, same thing with your bass drum. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 2. Right? Now, 1, Now we're in the moderate tempo range where a lot of bebop happens. Yeah, they were really up-tempo ones, you know, Soul Peanuts and all that, things that come with Dizzy Gillespie. But a lot of them were sitting in that, what you'd call moderate. It turns out rhythming that I covered is a little bit quicker. There's a range, but it's moderate to up. Okay, so we're kind of focusing on that swinging 8th note, swinging 16th thing. So you do the same with your bass drum, and if you have to do the bass drum shuffle a little slower at first as an exercise. 'cause yeah, there's some coordination and alignment, but the real purpose of it is to just be able to play some bop accents, the bombs they used to call them, where you need to. Start thinking about putting it together that way. You can accent anywhere in the measure with the left hand. You could accent with the bass. In the Chapin book will do that for you, but this is just a systematic way of learning to control it. Okay? And then one last thing that I recommend, part of this exercise would be on the snare drum. Just do a kind of a hand-to-hand shuffle too, and start placing the accents. 1, 2, 3. bebop. The bebop is a lot of times to the back of the measure, the music is loaded with the bombs, the accents, placed as the music calls for it. So, to review it, standard cymbal pattern with a feathered bass drum. Learning to put the left hand on one or the and for this purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's the comping basics. That's how you can build everything else. Okay? That method that's something that I worked on over the years, and it helps you cover all the bases. Oh, the accent's appearing here. Well, I remember doing that. I know the accent's there. Okay. Oh, 2 accents here. One of the other videos we covered putting the ride cymbal pattern on the tom-tom or the snare drum. That's just because it's another surface that you could do the same thing. There you have your basic ways, ingredients to practice bebop, and then to make it hard bop, there's more bombs dropped in there, tempos are fooling around more, the volume or the speed might pick up the intensity. Rhythming is a great example. Monk in Action, Roy Haynes, Johnny Griffith on saxophone. If you're into saxophone solos or a saxophone player, don't miss that one. It's a long, it's a club version, it's 9 minutes or something, but it's well worth it. And Roy Haynes does all kinds of fabulous comping in that. And you'll hear a lot of the elements that we're talking about. But in order to start building up to that, you want to have some underlying, palette that you can draw all these things from, and then start bopping them when you want. Because when I was hearing bebop, it had taken place in the mid-40s into the 50s, then late 50s. You're getting post-bop, cool jazz is starting to come in the 60s. So I'm in the jazz clubs and I'm hearing some of the remnants of bebop players playing some of that stuff, but a lot of the newer jazz stuff. But I always heard on the radio some of this bop stuff, and it was always pretty cool to hear it. And so it kind of got into my fibers, along with all the other things going on and being in the New York area and hearing the music all that time. So bebop, if you have to play this, if you want to play it, listen to the music, work on some of these basics, use some of those books, and you'll be able to create, a presence when you're playing bop tunes with the band, okay? So we're here to help you create the beat you keep. This is a way to get to some of the basics of bopping. And thanks for watching. New subscribers, welcome. For those who've been with me for a while, thank you so much. Remember, create the beat you keep, and keep the beat with Pete. Peace out.